to Buff Bunny, and I want to kind of bring it back to Live Fit.
Okay.
A little bit. When you were leaving, I'm assuming you were probably one of the top athletes. Because, I mean, you were a big name, are a big name, and I feel like you were just probably one of their top athletes. Now, when you left, it was probably a big conscious decision of maybe, did you have any guilt when you left this brand, or you were like, hey, this is just kind of my next step in life, and, you know, I can't like live my life, you know, focusing on another brand?
I would say like I did feel a little bit guilty, but at the same time, like Randall has built such a great company. I mean, even to this day, it's still doing so well. And this has been 6 years later. And he actually built like a great team of athletes.
Right.
I mean, he had Jeremy Buendia, who was like
He's a big bodybuilder guy, right?
Yeah. Zeke?
Some sort of large muscle group.
Large muscle dude. And then, you know, he had other great girls. Like actually, I think Ashley Flores was with them back in the day. They've transitioned. They definitely have a good mixture of people on the team. But at first I was kind of like, but I think at the end of the day, it's like me just trying to balance both was kind of me just trying to still be a part of that brand. Cause like I love them so much. I love the pieces.
It's what kind of help you get to where you're at.
Yeah. I was kind of like, hey, I'm doing my own thing, but I'm going to do both for a while because I do love both of the brands and they're both really different. You know, it was really kind of fun to wear Buff Bunny collection and then wear like a graphic tee over it or a graphic crop. And that's what I did love about Live Fit. It's like they were like the streetwear. It's like not only t-shirts, they had a lot of cool crops. Yeah. And that's why like I still buy some of their stuff. They have a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I did feel like a little bit guilty, but that's why I try to hold on to both brands for so long.
Now, the reason I kind of brought that question up is because you have a lot of affiliates, sponsored athletes. I don't know what you call your, some people call them different type of stuff. You have affiliates and you have athletes, correct? Your bunnies?
Our athletes,
all of your rabbits.
Influencers.
Okay. So are you ever worried as a business owner that any of your athletes will leave your company to start their own company? And what are your thoughts about that?
I am
and not just like, I support, do whichever you want to do. Like, what are your true thoughts if someone like wants to leave?
I mean, I am really like positive, you know, cause like I've been there. So like, I understand. And we've had a lot of great conversations with a lot of our girls. We're like, hey, like, do you think you'd ever start your thing? And when it comes to merch, I'm the first one to be like, let me help you. Like, do you need help making, you know, glute brands or home accessory equipment, or you want t-shirts, like, I'm very much like, let me help you, like create your merch or whatever you need, or do you need help with YouTube? So I love to like empower my girls. For me, even like with my internal team, I'm like, I understand that you guys might not be here forever, but while you're here, just give me your all, learn as much as you can. And whenever you go to your next job, I hope you're able to carry the tools that you learned while you're here to your next place. Because all in all, it's like, we're probably not going to have the same team as we do now in like 20 years.
No, I agree.
Not because I don't want them, but because, you know, changes happen and maybe someone has a baby and they want to be a stay-at-home mom now, or you never know where life takes you. So
no, I agree with you a lot. And I think that with my team as well, I kind of, you know, built something great with the team that I have, and a lot of me thinks I'm like, oh, they're never going to want to leave because it's the best place to work ever. And I realize people evolve and people kind of grow, not necessarily grow out of what they're doing, but I think some people want maybe to challenge themselves beyond of what they're doing by working with someone else, and maybe they want to work for themselves. Yeah. So I think it's good to always have that mindset, because again, it's like we came from working for someone else and then deciding to take the leap and the risk and kind of go in all of ourselves. So I think giving that back to the people that work with us, you kind of need to be like, I understand that at some point they might want to fly the coop and, you know, flap their own wings. And I as much as you maybe want to try to give a place and opportunity for people to grow as much in the company as possible and to have the coolest work environment, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we try to make sure we have an environment that the girls love. But at the end of the day, I'm like, I always tell them like, you're going to love a lot of things here, but you're also not going to love a lot of things here. Because at the end of the day, it's like, it is work, it is a job. And I try to make it fun. I'm kind of like, okay, like let's do like a team bonding thing. Or I try to have like fun perks, like having like catered lunch every day, because that's actually shown with studies.
You have catered lunch every day?
Catered lunch every day. But because we have a big team, a lot of creatives, and what I was noticing, myself included, is that we were just like working through lunch every day. Like we don't have Alpha Eats right here like you do.
Right.
So it's like, I noticed a performance increase once I started doing catering lunches, because Google actually did a study on like if you have food available for your employees, like their work performance goes up, because sometimes if they forget to bring their food or they're too busy to go get food, they won't eat, which then it's like, your brain needs fuel.
Right.
So I actually did see like a good increase in the work performance doing that.
Okay. Well, that's great. That's something my team's probably going to watch this and be like, Max, why do we only have Pizza Fridays, Max?
I will say we used to do Monday through Friday. Now we just do like 3 times a week, because not all the girls eat the lunch. So now we're kind of like, okay, let's just do 3 times.
And you don't have like wasted food.
We had a lot of wasted food. Yeah. I don't like wasting food. So I was like, we're just going to do Monday, Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. So. And okay, so if people want to leave, you're totally supportive of that. And now kind of tying it back with how you started with Buff Bunny, do you feel that every single person can kind of just build any sort of brand based on the information that they kind of like just pull out? Do you think people really need like a passion for it? What I mean is, let's say your top 3 athletes, whoever they are, that bring in the most amount of sales, whoever, they 3 bond together and decide, I want to create a clothing company. We see what Heidi's doing. We can emulate it. We know her fabrics. We know everything. Do you think that is enough to create a successful business, or do you feel that people need a passion for what they're doing rather than just kind of maybe being motivated by seeing maybe the success that you've had?
That's a great question. It's going deep. Okay.
Yeah. So your top 3 athletes want to leave Buff Bunny to create a company that would compete with you.
Okay. I mean, not going to lie. I mean, it would take a hit on the company, because if they're going to start their own thing, but at the same time, I think because we started doing athlete collaborations with some of the girls, and they're kind of noticing how much goes into it. And some, like, they were like, man, I wanted to do something of my own, but now seeing behind the scenes, because they saw everything, they were like, not a chance. It's so stressful. And I'm like, I don't want to scare you, but it is stressful.
What is going on, guys? I am Maxx Chewning, your host. I hope you enjoyed this little clip. If you want to see the full, magical, lovely episode, just click the link down in the description or search Don't Be Sour on your favorite podcast streaming service. And remember, thank you for tuning in.